Hey guys, what's up? To watch this video for, let me get this date right, Thursday, January 7th. My apologies if you can hear that heater in the background, but it's cold in here right now, so I don't know what anybody north of Florida does. I'm freezing down here. Anyway, so showing you the SPY here. It had a pretty good day, but then ended up in the middle of its range. Pretty big volume, but anyway, suffice it to say we're hanging out pretty close to all-time highs. What are we watching for tomorrow? KERN. Keep in mind when you watch my videos, I'm an intraday trader. I do not hold anything overnight. You know, there was some, let me go back to the SPY real quick, show you one thing. So there was some end of day selling, right? And so just keep that in mind when you look at some of these charts. So let's go to KERN. All the pot stocks were strong, but this got hit with some end of day selling with the market. This one's still interesting to me. I mean, really big volume. 200 days at 588. You can't see it on this chart, but let's keep an eye on this one and really all the pot stocks. CAN is a Bitcoin stock, which I think Bitcoin is at all-time highs right now. Keep in mind I'm making this at 7:41 p.m. On Wednesday night, but so CAN is kind of one of the Bitcoin stock plays. Topped out today at 694. Right now it's trading around 660. In after hours. So the way I look at it is you still got a couple catalysts, one there and one there, potential catalysts I should say, above. So that's kind of one of the Bitcoin plays I want to watch in case that's still ripping tomorrow. VISL, big volume today and a strong close. Closed, you can't see it again on this chart. I don't have the 200 day on this chart, but it closed right at the 200 day. But the volume, this may have a follow through day, so I want to keep an eye on it. CBAT had a nice pop today. CBAT, the range was 524 to 727. So that's pretty good range before settling in kind of in the middle of its day. So we'll look for a follow through day tomorrow on that one. Same thing with SunW, nice little kind of mini breakout, but settling in the middle of the range. SWBI, big rip today, went to new recent highs. I don't know if that's all-time highs. There's weekly, so no, it's not all-time highs. Before giving a little bit back at the close, so I want to watch that one for a follow-through day. RGR, nice turn today on big volume. Big volume for that stock, though. RGR is pretty thin for a $70 stock. This big spike and this big stick here is only 1.2 million shares. So you want to trade one of those two. They're in the same space. SWBI is probably a little less risky as far as spreads and stuff. Snow, just another red day. I'm going to show you 15-minute candles here to kind of show you what I'm looking for. Snow is really beaten up, right? And you can see these vertical lines are at the beginning of each day there. So with this being 15 minutes, you'll notice, like, let's just go back to December 24th. It put in its high probably 30 minutes in. The next day put in its high in the opening 15 minutes. The next day in the opening 30 minutes. The next day, the opening 15 minutes, and so on, right? In other words, you do not have an afternoon high of day break. Had a nice little push a couple days ago, but that still was at the open and put in its high in the opening 30 minutes, right? No afternoon high of day break. Again today, broke its early high right here, but then bled lower the rest of the day. Let's go back to the daily real quick. So this is pretty beaten up, especially when you consider early December, this was $429, right? Now it's at $268. I don't really have any moving averages to look at. It certainly gets really interesting, you know, if it gets down around this 240, 250, anywhere where it bounced back here. But keep in mind, it's really oversold. So my big thing that I'm looking for on this one would be an afternoon high of day break out of a range. I think we could get a nice little bounce if that happens. Otherwise, I probably won't trade it. You see what it does every morning, kind of pops a little bit and then rolls over. I'm not going to get involved in that. XNET, nice volume today, but that's not why it's on watch. It's on watch because in after hours, it's trading, let's see, right now at 445, so trading all the way up here. So potential gapper tomorrow. We'll see if it's still gapping in the morning. Speaking of gappers, FCEL closed at 1230. Right now, it's trading at 1428. I actually called this in chat at 1345 in after hours for those few people that were hanging around, which was just a break of its early high. You see right here, it topped out at 1345 when Plug got a big cash investment, over $1 billion or something by somebody, right? And so the whole group started moving, and I liked FCEL because it hadn't broken its, its what do you call it, regular session highs in the after hours yet, and Plug was just ripping. So anyway, trading at 14.27 right now, so trading above the recent highs, but we're going to watch after our gap play. Speaking of plug, this is trading at 44.50 right now in after hours. So that whole space, that whole fuel cell space definitely deserves to be watched. And then lastly, I'm throwing SOS on watch, which right now is trading at 336 in after hours, all the way up here. It actually broke 4 at one point in after hours. So I don't know what's going on with that one, but worth watching as well with the after hours action. And this isn't on the list, but an honorable mention is NCTY, which is the reason I put it on the list is because it's just straight up for 3 days in a row. In after hours, this is trading at 19.20. So I might start hanging around in after hours, and these stocks that are getting strong closes, a lot of times you can get a pretty nice trade in after hours on them too. But we'll see. You know, a lot of times when after hours gets here, I want to start living my life too, right? So anyway, we've got 4 potential gappers on watch, and I don't have a big list, but we'll add some more gappers in the pre-market, and who knows, maybe we'll get some intraday themes going on as well. You know, pot stocks have been strong, Bitcoin, so there's certainly some themes going on, and we'll keep our eyes on the EV space as well. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat tomorrow.